You do. You've got the power. Yeah. It was the 85, 84 cartoon. Greatest movie cartoon of all time. Transformers 1984, the Transformers movie. You ever see it? Okay, what are you doing? What are you doing, Dion? We just started.
All right.
You sure it's recording?
Yo, yeah, it's recording. I make sure it's recording. But I don't know why the numbers wasn't moving from earlier.
You never seen the Transformers cartoon?
I did not. So,
It's deep.
You know, what sucks is like I had a very foggy, like 80s childhood.
Okay.
Like Transformers, I remember it, but I don't remember details of episodes and stuff.
Oh, well, the movie.
That too.
Well, you know, I didn't watch the movie when it came out. I don't think I was born when it came out, but I've seen it so many times since then.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's probably at the time of my life I watched it every day.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a great, man, you talk about cartoons that'll make you go like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Transformers, man.
What you think the cartoon is better than any of the movies?
Easily.
Easily?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Better than anything they've ever done outside that movie.
So if they remade that entire movie exactly as is, it would be
not if they did. If they should just not touch it. They should just not touch it because everybody does too much.
That's why they say you got the touch.
Then don't touch it. They'll ruin it. But you liked He-Man? He-Man was dope. He-Man has they revamped that whole series on Netflix. But
They didn't even try that name.
what?
What should we call him? Him man? No, He-Man.
Yeah, I mean you might as well just call him Man.
Man.
At that point.
And then She-Ra, right? They didn't even try, man.
I mean,
he and She-Ra.
yeah.
She-Ra.
She-Woman.
Yeah.
She-Man. That's a whole different show.
Them 40s, 50s, the movies that is like, or just cartoon comic books, they were just like, man, what do you got? Great man. like Superman is. Like we say it so often, we don't realize how ridiculous it is.
Superman came out in the 30s.
Right. What I'm saying it's so specific.
Superman's not a bad. I'm not mad at Superman.
Why not?
Because Super is great.
So is somebody's name was Great Man?
Well, no, but Superman fits.
No, it is not. But we say it so often. That's what I'm saying.
He's super. He's a Superman. That just.
What is the
fits
definition of
itself.
super?
Oh, I'm looking at the actual definition.
It would have been better if it was Everything Man.
What?
Because he literally has everything.
No, that's dumb.
He's fast. He can fly. He's strong.
super. He's a Superman.
But most heroes are describing their power. Yes, he's super, but that doesn't describe his power.
You don't need to describe
It's
his power.
a childish. Of course,
What do
it
you
came
mean?
out in the 30s. It's childish because it's like, let's just give him everything.
I think the first episode was like about domestic abuse or something like that.
No,
Yeah,
I've heard about it.
Yeah.
I remember this
like
this
that.
topic, but
Oh,
yeah. But it wasn't the first episode. That's just crazy.
The first, I think it
The
is.
first issue. No,
I think so.
That's too. It's too specific.
It was a thing in the 30s. People were smacking women left and right.
What power
Shut up,
he does
toots.
he does not look. He does not have.
What power doesn't he have?
Yeah.
He's got. I mean, I guess he got to. He can't talk to animals underwater. You know what I mean? Like, there's people with that power. He's not Aquaman.
He has way too many powers, man. That was
Hey, I
super
agree with
childish.
you. But he's like Superman.
If you can remove all Superman's powers and leave him with one, what should he have?
Strength, I guess.
So he can't fly no more. He can't breathe. with
What's the point of
air.
flying if you can't carry nobody? All you do is risking them to
Strong
die.
man. That's why Matrix 2 was so trash, man. It was like, dude, you're too powerful, Neo. Just allow these secondary characters to live their story out.
Matrix 2. I don't remember the plot in
Exactly.
Matrix 2. I just remember they started fighting the robots. It was like the
mean
robot
the
world.
agents?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
like
that was the third one.
that was all. After that first one, it was like, what are we doing anymore? The Matrix had all these metaphors and stuff, and then it was just
Yeah.
like, well, now we got to get these. We made so much money, we got to do a second one.
Right.
We got to do the trilogy.
Yeah.
What movie would you want to see a sequel of? There was never a sequel of.
Just for shits and giggles.
Sure.
being silly, but serious. I'm asking, like
Whatever.
being silly.
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Blank Man 2.
Oh yeah.
Back to Blank. The rise of the blank.
Shooting blanks.
Shooting blanks. Blank. I wrote an entire outline about it.
I love it.
I want to see it so
Pitch
bad.
Pitch it to him.
On him and
We got
Damon Jr.
We got folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I had to write a script.
Dude, we got AI.
I do not
Yeah.
want to write an AI script.
Yeah, we got AI to do that. I did my little test. You know what, dude? We're going towards AI. There's no way to put that back into the tube. So you better get very familiar with the writing.
I
of
love AI. I don't want to see an AI script, but I use it to.
Get your thoughts
use
out first. Like a
No,
skeleton.
I use it to, because I hate the typing. I hate this part. So I use it to write a very bad. You still, because people think that AI writes for you, and it's still like you still gotta know story. You still gotta do your character arcs. You still gotta do all the
Right.
work. I just use it to format, and then I don't have to do it.
Yeah.
And then I go like, ugh, that takes the big bulk away. And then it's garbage. It's all bad. But then I can
Right.
just, I don't.
Shape it.
I hate starting from a blank page.
Right.
I just go like, hey, I'm not trying to get to 100. But a rewrite,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, great.
Because you ever read someone's terrible script and then you be like, they're like, what do you think about it? I'm like, well, you can do this, you can add this, you can change this, add this, fix this, remove this. That's what AI does. It's like it gives you like a great skeleton of something. Like, I like it. I see what you're going.
Right.
And then you go, let me kind of take this. And I would add this. I would fix this. I can combine these two characters together. You do stuff like that.
To me, it's like a writer's assistant / writer's room in your laptop.
Yeah.
I can do that. And then,
Yeah.
but if you suck at story, like I just watched Blue Beetle, right? And
Greater. Don't tell me details. I'm gonna watch it today.
okay, so Blue Beetle, I liked it. But DC does this thing where they just do too much sometimes, and they overcomplicate stories. And they did it with. Did you watch Shazam? Right? Not Shazam. The other one, Black Adam.
Yep.
So Black Adam, I was like, first half of the movie, you guys did a great job. And then there's too many elements. They bring in that fake Justice League with Hawkman. And so I'm like, just give Black Adam. You didn't have to do all that.
Right.
He already had a story. Then they start bringing this person, and here's this team. And it's like, why are you?
They had to stop him.
No. There is no reason for them to do. I'm just like, let Black Adam just have his own story.
Right. But they had to stop
You
him.
could have told the entire story back in the ancient times if they wanted to, and then flash forward to we found him today. Like you didn't have to do all that. It was, and then there's a whole chunk of the story where there's no Black Adam, and it's the crew trying to find when he goes underwater in this prison. And he volunteers. Like I'm just like, it's doing too much. There was no point to do all that. There was no point to do all that. I was just like, none of that had to do with Black Adam being who he is in his character story. I was like, just stay. But that's what people lose. I'm like, this is what Marvel does well.
Yeah.
Their first intros is all about this character and what they've gone through, what they're going through in their personal lives just as much. And DC fails that every time. And they almost, well, I won't say much more, but
Yeah. Well, also Marvel always has a duplicate antagonist from the first movie on all their movies.
as far as the guy trying to steal their power,
Yeah, they usually have the same.
every movie, I hate that.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I want what you have, and I'm going to be the bad version of that.
It's so lame.
Yeah.
This is where DC wins. Their villains are always better.
Right.
Usually.
Right.
The villains are better.
Do you think there will ever be
What's up, Spice?
a crossover? It'll never be one, huh?
Sure.
A DC Marvel
Why not?
crossover?
They've done it before.
I mean, in comic books, but
Yeah, but why not? It'd be fun to see.
who owns that? If it was a crossover
Well,
partnership,
well, you
Marvel
know,
gonna be like, "Man, do you know how much how much value I am?
DC too though. DC ain't no slouch on the value. You know, it's just Marvel did it first and they did it right.
Yeah,
And then DC was like, damn it.
It's like saying Android and Apple doing a crossover cell phone. You're like, now we got the blue bubble. Now you can FaceTime. It was like,
People would go nuts to go watch, you know, it wouldn't be the same, but the Avengers and Justice League. You know what I mean? But I would just be like, the story's gonna suck.
well, you think so? Well, if they already had developed all the characters in their solo movies, and then this is just like we don't like if both characters, both sides of the Avengers and the Justice League didn't know who were the villains, and it was like, and they immediately hit each other, and it's like, oh my God, you're the villains, and they finally figure out this fight name, but wait, we're not the villains. There's a bigger source, and now we're, that
Teaming up.
right? Because they have to have
Well,
a moment of them fighting each other.
unless you did some weird multiverse thing, which is the easiest cop out, they would know each other.
Why would they know each other?
Because there's not like no one's that popular. Everybody would know Superman. Everybody would know Spider-Man and Captain America, right? I was like, if this was a real world, you would just be like, dang, Gotham look terrible over there.
Yeah.
I'm staying here in New York City, right? Because you know, Marvel, they just use the cities that there are, you know, and then everybody else has a fake city in Gotham. Because even like Blue Beetle, they made up a city, but it was originally in El Paso, Texas was like where the original one was, But you know, even like and then they did it with Detroit, like Cyborg was from Detroit, but I think they made it Star City recently. Anyways, yeah, you would know. You would be like, oh, who is this guy? You're gonna be like, we never heard of Superman before, unless
they definitely mentioned it in a couple Marvel movies.
right.
Hey, you wear a cape? Are you like Superman?
Right.
So-
I was like, yeah, you would know that these guys are around. Now they got, so I was like, I wouldn't want to see them like we gotta fight each other. I'm like, come on, Superman's gonna. He's gonna kill most of you.
Yeah.
Like let's be. And Batman's supposed to be so smart that no one else could. You know what I mean? But there's no Iron Man can't stop Superman.
I think Iron Man and Batman is a good team up. Not team up, but like if you would do the top 5 top 5 Avengers versus DC, who's the good like
To fight each other?
yeah.
Yeah, definitely Iron Man and Batman. Although
Iron Man and Batman.
they're like, you know, one has a metal suit, and then Batman's like, damn it, I didn't think of that.
So we will have to go Thor and Wonder Woman. They got too many weapons over in Avengers. They ain't got like Cyborg versus the Hulk. See what I'm saying? It's like
Or maybe Cyborg and I'll say Batman, but he would hack him. This is my thing with Batman. I
Yeah.
go like they made Batman too smart.
yeah.
Yeah. He's a rich billionaire. He's like, oh, he's an incredible, you know, kung fu master.
Right.
And of course, he has the technology. You making your own Batmobile? Stop
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
And then he can go. Hey, he's the ultimate detective, and he can
Right.
hack into any system. And I was just like,
Yeah.
it just becomes this thing that he has to be the guy who has a plan for every hero.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's like, he can never lose.
Right.
He's always has a contingency plan.
I was
for
just
it.
about to say, you ever seen that cartoon, the movie cartoon when they
when you had the bullet for Superman.
he had a contingency plan for all the
For everybody.
Yeah, just in case
They start tripping.
Yeah.
He knows how to take everybody down.
The funny thing is, he did an interview with everybody. It was like, how could someone defeat you? He did an interview with everybody. Then,
Well, I guess the only thing you could really do.
yeah, and then he put that bomb in the Flash's ankle, so if he stops running, he blows
They're
up.
nuts. Did you ever see Flashpoint though?
The one that just came in the movies or
The cartoon
yeah,
movie.
Yeah, I saw it.
Great. DC makes great cartoon
Yeah.
movies though.
I think they cheat though.
Wow.
Because if you break it down, just watching it, as in this is your first movie you're watching, they assume that you already know the origin of the character.
As they should though.
But if it's a standalone movie, it's not going to work because it's like,
Blue Beetle needs an origin story. Spider-Man, Batman, Superman does not.
Right.
There is 80 years of,
Right.
you know.
right. But a lot of their movies, they just dive right in. So
They
it's like,
should.
so it's like it's the third or fourth movie of a franchise.
How many Batman intros have you
We're
seen?
talking about Flash though.
But I'm just saying. I mean, but we know Flash. Flash has been around
Right.
for 50 years.
Right. But I didn't know when I first watched it, I was like, is this the first movie? Is this a standalone movie? Is this like a slice of life?
I like that they don't make movies for people like you. A
No.
slice of life. It's just a regular tale. Number 6.
What I'm saying is, I was like, this is a great movie, but they cut out all the fat of who is this person.
That's great.
But it's not great if if they translate the entire movie into live action. They'd be like, they just dove right in, like they pretty much did with Spider-Man. But we knew the origin of Spider-Man because we had 5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plus, he's been around since the 50s.
yeah.
I am so done with an origin story of somebody who's been around. I'm like, y'all don't know him by now? Go Google it.
Right.
Go Google it if you have questions.
Yeah. You think anybody would be upset if we just dove right in? I don't think the way what's the dude's name? the dude's rebooting the DC universe.
Oh, James Gunn.
If he just dove right in with no origin story, you think
I hope
anybody
he
be
doesn't
upset?
do an origin story for anybody who doesn't need one.
Yeah, because I think also you can cheat by just having either a verbal flashback or just like in the second movie or something, just kind of like
Some origin stories are good,
right.
Like Superman doesn't really have a great origin story,
Right.
Right. Batman has a better origin story, but you skip so much of
so
his,
many years,
right?
yeah.
But Cyborg has a good origin story.
We never saw it.
You're right. You never see it.
Right.
So his, I would be like, his parents scientist. He got in a car
Mm-hmm.
accident. His dad saves him. All this other stuff. Right. He was this football star, and
Mm-hmm.
now he's this. He's got to deal with. He's a younger dude, so he's got to
Mm-hmm.
deal with. Yeah, I still want to be out with the homies, but yet, and then my dad's always doing it. I'm like, he has a much more interesting personal story than Batman does, because Batman's just a loner.
Right.
Like when they did the young Batman, like the one that just came out.
Yeah.
And he was like emo Batman.
Right,
I was
right.
like, man, I want to see this, man.
Right.
Or at least showing him at school or him being,
Yeah.
but they can't because they isolated him so much.
Right.
But there's nothing else that you can show about his personal life. Batman's all about the villains. But so I like what they do with, Marvel just does a better job of giving this cat a personal. Shoot, I remember, man, there was a comic, Spider-Man's car got stolen, and he was like, well, I can't go get it. I'm like, yes, you can.
Yeah.
Bills was always late. His
Right.
aunt was sick.
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
girl was tripping on him.
Right.
And then he had to go save the city, and the city hated him.
Right.
My man had some real problems.
Right. Why? Let me ask you this. They always say, so the reason why superheroes like to mask themselves is because they say we're protecting my family, so so any villain can blackmail me or whatever. So why don't you just fight crime in a different city or different?
The commute.
That's a lot.
You know how much gas the Batmobile takes? He's like, jeez, at
Yeah.
Costco every night.
Like, why do I keep seeing Batman fly up the 5 freeway?
Also, you're just like, it's crime here.
Yeah.
Help Batman, I can't.
Yeah. Because
Metropolis needs me.
Metropolis.
We're right here.
Yeah. And who stays? What villain stays in Gotham, knowing damn well?
Yeah, that time it's time to just get out of there. Like Joker, I get because he loves playing with Batman.
Yeah.
The rest of them, you're just like, hey, dog.
Yeah.
You lose every time.
Every single time, man.
How they keep getting out of prison?
Yeah.
The Riddler been out here. The
Yeah.
Penguin. Two-Face.
If you break out, go to a different city.
Yeah.
If
What's
y'all
up,
was
Tim Brown?
smart, go. If Gotham City villains were smart, Suicide Squad specifically, they all broke out and they just spread different cities. Like, let's see who he stops.
And then you got a little time before more heroes come.
Right.
You got like, we got about
Right.
6 months.
Yeah.
Got to make
6
this bread.
months?
Yeah, because somebody's coming.
Yeah.
Like Nightwing, when he
Yeah.
he becomes Nightwing, he goes to Bloodhaven. Right, which is, I mean, I'm sure it's a few miles away. Also,
Right.
a worse name than Gotham. right?
Bloodhaven?
Bloodhaven.
Yeah.
And then, so when he goes there, you see him taking down the syndicates that came around. They're like, God damn it!
Yeah.
It's like this Robin is here now,
Right,
And then,
right.
I like Nightwing because he has a temper problem. You know what I mean?
This is Dick Grayson?
This is Dick Grayson.
Or who's the other one?
There's Dick Grayson. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna have to do this. Tim, what's Tim's name? Tim Drake. There's who's the kid who becomes Red Hood? There's a kid who died, Jason something. And then there's other ones after that. Then there's like a girl who
That's
comes
just being
around.
lazy. That's
What?
just being lazy. Like giving him another sidekick. Why you keep naming
You're
him?
the new Robin.
Right. I had a hero, and I promise you, if you don't believe me, I can pull it up on YouTube. There was a grown ass man. I was in high school who would run around my neighborhood as black. You remember this?
No.
Oh, as Nightwing Robin, and claimed he had super speed. When people would swing on him, he'll put up his cape and block it.
Was it dude in your neighborhood?
Yes.
Who would swing on him?
I mean, people just, they wanted to test him. They wanted to see what he was about.
I saw this in Seattle. Like they had, after like Kick Ass came out, people
Yeah.
started like doing
Yeah.
that, like going
Yeah.
around. And there was this cat in Seattle who was challenging, or somebody would challenge him to a fight, and he was just like, "Boy," I was like, "What if somebody shoots?" He's like,
Yeah.
"I got the Kevlar here." I don't think
Yeah.
people like it won't pierce it, but you can still die from
Right.
taking these shots, bro.
So I had a discussion. I don't know what podcast is on, but obviously there's a such thing as bulletproof vest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does bulletproof vest work with knives?
I don't know.
right?
Yeah, I heard that's a not a thing though. You can get stabbed because it doesn't stop it'll stop the bullet from going through.
Right.
Right, but the impact of it still can kill you because it can still, and it's if it stops it,
Puncture something.
for sure, for
Right.
sure. People,
So-
and then the bruising you got it.
But also, but think about this: a bullet, you can't stab someone at the speed of a bullet.
No,
So what is stopping you from getting stabbed?
so I also heard this. I also heard like a bow and arrow can break bulletproof glass, but I mean I've never seen this done. But because of like the point of it and like the pressure of it, like whatever else, the piercing, whatever it is, I hear
Right.
that's like a real thing. So I don't know if it can stop a stabbing
Right.
because that would suck.
Yeah. You.
You Kevlar down from head to toe.
Yeah.
And it's like a prison shank. It's not even a good knife, like a machete. That's how you see Batman die.
A toothbrush.
Batman died in the alley in Gotham today.
I'm actually curious to know how heavy
Getting
is
shanked.
his suit,
Batman?
Batman suit. Because
I guess it depends what era. With the '90s cartoon, it looked like he was just some tights.
is it rubber? Yeah,
They had rubber
because
boots on
obviously, because I hear ping, 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 ping. So that's like metal that bounces off Batman. So we gotta practice with that much movement. You know, you got to be punching and then like, okay, hey Alfred, can we figure out a way to, because when I punch, my it doesn't follow through.
What's Batman's net worth, man? It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, they looked it up. It says no.
What says no?
Um,
You can't stab through it?
you can't. Back in my office, nothing is burned down.
Where are you at?
Hot take: female villains be trash.
This is
This is
nuts.
a topic y'all spoke about here, I believe. Oh,
What?
say? What is
This
his
can't
net
be.
worth?
This can't be true.
What's his net worth?
Well, I see two different ones. Okay, one says 9.2 billion, which is not crazy.
Mm-hmm.
This one says 5 trillion. $5 trillion?
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
And how is he making
So
money?
in the Justice Universe, he became a trillionaire. How?
Yeah, I need to know what is he doing for him that people are still paying him this often.
And also, hey, why haven't you just took over the world yet?
Right.
Like you can literally stop every single war.
Yeah.
You can literally feed every
Yeah.
single person. Yeah, $1 trillion
Right.
does all that.
Right. And you still got your mouth open to let people shoot you in the face.
Man, I'm hiring Batmans. God
Like
damn.
I think Iron Man is smarter. Like he at least he had the iron suit, right? What's it called? The
his Iron
Army?
The Iron Man's.
No, yeah, but remember he had the little like
Oh, all the suits that
Right.
would come out, and
Yeah.
they were autonomous. And they would just go out there
yeah.
and he could program
He's like,
them.
I ain't gotta do this no more.
my
Batman's still
God.
solo by himself. Why
Nah,
hasn't
that's
he
just-
have a bunch of Batman?
He has Robins.
a bunch of Batman robots going out and about.
That's insane. $5 trillion.
Who make more money, Iron Man or Batman?
$5 trillion in his crime?
Yeah.
What?
We've had this discussion before. Like he's not making this stuff. He's not making the Batmobile. He's not
Right.
making.
He's got the one guy, Lucius Fox.
Who's building this?
So
and
Tony
then what assembly line?
Tony Stark is 80 billion, which I think King T'Challa has the biggest one. I think he's the richest person
I just
in the
wanna know
Marvel
who's-
universe.
Who's paying these people?
What do you mean, man? You use
what company is he? I know.
Oh, Dick Grayson
Iron-
worth $100 billion himself.
Iron Man was in the arms dealers. He was an arms dealer, right? Before he became Iron Man, right?
Right.
So he knew about firearms.
See, the Submariner, how does he have 260 billion?
How does he have money?
How do you have 260 from what?
They don't even have currency underwater. They don't even have dollars underwater. Imagine paying him.
Yeah, T'Challa has $90 trillion. $90 trillion. That's not even vibranium exports, which they don't export. 90 trillion. Aquaman has the number 150 trillion. How? Are the treasures under the sea? What are you talking about? How?
I'm just more curious of who's paying. Like what resources does he have?
I guess if you go ocean floor real estate, it's like he's got it all.
He got his little tie on and his little name badge. And he got a little escrow sign up front. Hey, this little part right here. This is the
Squid comes up with his family.
Yeah, this right here comes
a
with the
pregnant seahorse man.
School of fish here.
Oh my God, that's crazy. $90 trillion is crazy.
Yeah.
We talked about this here. I don't know if we talked about these numbers. Seem brand new to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
He pays you in shells. I'd be pissed. Look up a bulletproof vest protect you from being stabbed. Let's see.
I don't believe it, yo. I'm more upset that Iron Man wasn't smart enough to give everybody an Iron Man suit. Like Black Widow should have failed and been totally fine. On Avengers Infinity War, she had the Iron Man, so she'd be like, just came back up to Thanos, was like,
shit, let me fall. So vests that are designed to protect against bullets will not be able to protect against edged and spiked weapons such as knives, bottles, or needles? You telling me I stop a bullet but not a needle?
So Freddy Krueger can whoop.
He's clawing you. Similarly, a vest that is resistant to edge weapons may not be able to protect against spiked weapons.
But a bullet, man. What if it's a hollow tip? A hollow tip going through that.
Because those weapons can cut through protective fibers.
I want to see what happens in slow motion what a bulletproof vest does. Is it like a Chinese Chinese finger trap? So when it goes in,
what?
You know Chinese finger trap?
Yeah.
So when you put pressure in it, it tightens up. So there's probably a bunch of metal pieces tightening up.
No, when you put pressure inside, it loosens up, and when you pull, right,
there's a bunch of it's like threaded, right? So if you put pressure inside, I'm trying to translate it. Like, why does it work for bullets but not an actual knife? So I'm thinking like, who came up with the idea of shooting it and it's catching the bullet versus piercing your skin? I'm just trying to figure out, like,
I don't know. That's crazy. I want to see if it can a bulletproof vest stop a bow and arrow. Oh, there it is.
It already popped up.
So, yep. People be asking these questions. Okay, can a Kevlar vest stop arrows? Kevlar vests certainly stop arrows. They are absolutely guaranteed to stop after penetrating no more than 8 inches. I was into a Kevlar vest. That's that. What do you mean? Like, they're not 8 inches long.
Right.
You're getting fucked up either way it goes.
Yeah.
It will unlikely come out your back.
That's what it said.
You imagine, bro, catching the arrow?
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, bro.
You know, the funny thing is having a montage of like, will they have guns? Of course they have guns. You know what we got? Bulletproof vests. Montage, gloves. Oh, we got airborne arrows? You
I think I'd be more mad about getting hit with an arrow than
a bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't just like, it's not, you're not just gonna run off.
Right.
People get hit with a bullet, you're like,
I think a shoulder, you could.
But people get hit with an arrow, you can like, this big. You be walking down the street, help. Jesus, what happened to you?
From the movies, they always say keep the bullet in. Right? Or keep the
because you'll see people just snap off the part of the arrow.
Yeah. I want to know what in movies are lies and what are truth.
I bet you can't just break an arrow off like that.
Because yes, you're breaking off, but you're also like tilting
dog.
the wound inside.
Those things they're just like, oh crap, and I'm like, hell no.
Yeah.
If you could do that thing is not that sturdy. Right. You ever pull on a bow and arrow?
No.
It is hard.
I did one in middle school and I smacked my yeah.
They got these easy ones now, but once you tighten that thing, I'm like, you gotta really like to get that thing to come out.
Yeah.
You gotta have some muscle, bro.
Yeah.
That's a crossbow was genius.
Yeah.
And catch is like,
yeah. But you still gotta unload it.
Yeah, and you still gotta draw it back.
Right. Why like Hawkeye in 2023 should have a bow and arrow gun because this right here is a lot.
It's a lot.
You're losing so much time doing this, right? Versus like a, right?
I'm just like, Hawkins was like, oh, he's got one arrow left.
Yeah. Yeah.
An entire movie with one arrow.
I actually appreciate that. He always had like a little something
thing
you
with
can
turns.
You can switch it to something. Actually, man, I don't care what you say. I actually enjoyed the Hawkeye series.
I'm a fan of that comic series.
Yeah.
Is from this cat who wrote it called Matt Fraction.
Right.
That whole entire actual comic series they took it
Right.
from is great.
Yeah,
It's great.
From the jumpsuits gang.
Yeah, it's great. And then they didn't do it back. The girl ruined it.
I can't think of her name.
Well, she goes by Kate Bishop.
Yeah.
She was awful in there. And then there was one scene, bro. She hit her. She like fell, and then she was like, "Well, that hurt." And I was like, "Who are you saying that to?"
Right. Yeah.
Like what? Like I was like, "Why are you? What are we doing?" Now that's when you start losing me, and I'm just like, "Homie's playing it. Oh man, we're here. I'm blah blah blah." And she's like, "Yep." And I'm like, "Now you're a cartoon character in here. What are you doing?"
Yeah. Yeah. It's Marvel, yo.
Not worse than She-Hulk. Bro. Hulk. That's what I call her. It's almost worse than She-Ra.
I know it was in the comic book as that, but I just hate that if this is the Marvel universe, the talking to the camera is just a weird format of how y'all gonna fit this into. Like there's a look in certain Marvel movies that actually connects. Then it's like this just feels weird.
I feel like Deadpool did it right. I like how Deadpool
But it
did
doesn't
it.
connect to any other universes though.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it just kind of like
Because She-Hulk was bad, Dion.
if what I'm saying is if they do an Avengers movie and she's in it, will she talk to the camera?
Right in the middle of a Thanos fight.
Right.
You know what I was thinking?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, I kind of feel like they should have left that out
Oh, now you have thoughts about it, huh?
because I'm about the universe, yo. I don't know. I think they're gonna do a reboot.
Of She-Hulk?
Something's gonna happen. This is what they're gonna do. I got you. Ready for this?
Let's do it.
Here we go. This is gonna be an Avengers movie. The villain's gonna win, right? And the second movie is going to be the reboot, a soft reboot of things getting shifted up, and they're gonna have to start from scratch. But those, you know what I'm saying, those characters are still there. They're gonna be in different universes or something like that, like a clash of universes, and they're gonna all be in different places or something like that. So they can kind of do like a little soft reboot. So if they want to recast or change the look up or something, because this phase 4 and 5 is
Garbage. They should just
shaky.
wait for
To
like
what?
20 years. Just wait
When
till we
you-
miss it. Because it's just too much right now.
Yeah,
It's just too much. And
you know what? They did because of the pandemic. We thought we was gonna be inside for the.
No,
for the
I
whole
mean,
time.
no, it's just like, they're just like, movies are trying to get $1 billion. Every movie's trying to get $1 billion. You know what I mean? I'm just like, when all those movies started coming out, it was the first time we seen those guys like that. Like Iron Man was magic.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, that was like, wow, the technology that you have in 2000, whatever it was, early 2000s, him crawling on a wall, it was like a magic trick.
Right.
And I'm like, you guys, there's no more new magic to create right now. You know what I mean? I'm like, now people are going cultural stuff, right? It's like Blue Beetle's super Latino, the Black Panther. You had Ms. Marvel, who was Indian, right? I'm like, it's much better because it's not like, oh, we're going to use diversity, but it's also like, it's better storytelling when there's something behind it, when there's like that real authentic like struggle and how people see us and things people can relate to, and it's introduction. Because like watching Ms. Marvel for me, not Captain Marvel, but I think it was Miss Marvel, right? The one on Disney Plus. Then I was kind of like, oh, I'm learning a lot about this. I think they're Pakistani,
Right.
Or Indian. I don't want to get it wrong, but I'm just like, it's way more interesting than had they just been white. And I'm like, I already know these stories,
Right.
Like She-Hulk. I'm like, oh, this is your struggle. You can't find a man. Oh my God. Oh, it's Sex and the City meets She-Hulk.
Right. Just because you're being condescending to that tone, I can deal with any other thing. Oh, Iron Man, he got a little hole in his chest.
Iron Man had some real problems. He had a real thing about like, oh man, we've made so much money funding wars, and now this is the exact same thing that almost killed
No,
me.
use the same tone, like you're just being condescending.
Well, it's not condescending because it's a real problem that he had. Because even when the guy who tried to take him down, he's like, you guys sent a bomb to my, when I was a kid, and you tried to kill my entire family, right? So now he's just like, now he has to look at himself and what he's been about. What does She-Hulk have to look at herself about?
But
I want people to love me for me.
There's the voice.
You've been you for a long time.
There's the voice again.
She-Hulk was 30 something already when she started having these problems about, oh, now people don't like me for no one liked you before. She was already.
Tell me. Well, let me just say. Let me be serious though. Tell me a story where. Tell me a story where there was a girl who already before the powers couldn't find love. Then, when she got the powers, everyone loved her. So it's like, I didn't want these powers, but now that these powers are giving me what I want, now she's having to fight. Which direction should she go? Should she be herself, or should she be the She-Hulk?
Wait, find you a story with what?
Because you said you made it seem like this is super common. This always happens. This is not a good story. But there's no other story like that.
Wait, her story about can't find someone.
She was ugly, okay? Let's go ahead and say it. She was ugly. She was not dateable.
She wasn't. Why?
In the story, all right? She was undateable. She couldn't find love as herself.
Because of her career?
Because of her face.
She
her
was-
genetics,
she
man.
was never
okay,
ugly.
let's just picture her ugly. Of course,
Okay.
they don't hire ugly people, okay? We know that.
So let's alter. Okay.
No, they in this universe, she was ugly. She said, "I can't find love." Right?
Okay.
All right.
That doesn't mean you're ugly. She could just been a horrible person.
She said, "I can't find love."
Okay.
But when she became She-Hulk, she found love. She's like, "Damn it."
Where?
Everyone wanted to date her.
Everyone liked her more because
Right.
she was She-Hulk.
Right. But what I'm saying is, she was like, "I don't want these powers, Bruce. I don't want these powers." And then when she became the power, she's like, this might be the advantage of me. I actually, but I don't like this. So she started to try to date people as herself. They was like, yeah, go back to the original. And it's like, that's a good battle. She had the battle between her new truth versus what she really wants.
Okay, so over the course of those horrible 6 episodes, what changed? What did we learn about her? How did she grow?
She had to accept the things that she can't change.
Because she had a giant showdown in the end when she just told the creator of the show to just make this happen and make that happen. Remember the finale?
You just shifted my question, though. I
No.
said, tell me a story that's like that.
About a ugly duckling?
Versus going to the part that you don't like.
You want an ugly duckling story?
But
Because that's not common.
this,
Crazy.
I said a movie or show.
What's the movie with the guy who finds a girl and then they make her all fine? 10 Things I Hate About You, maybe? One of those movies. Right? And then she's like with Pumpkin Face was in there, Kirsten Dunst.
Pumpkin face, yeah. Come on, dude.
That's what I think of her. I know her name now.
What's her name? Kristen Dunst?
Kirsten?
Yeah.
Kirsten Dunst? An ugly duckling story for a 30-year-old is wild.
We literally have 40-year-old version, dude. What are you talking about?
We know it. They didn't go get superpowers like everybody likes me now. Oh, what am I gonna do with myself?
40-year-old version. You said a 30-year-old, but he was 40, literally in the title.
Yeah, but he was comfortable being himself. He didn't question
He
himself.
tried. So his story is kind of reversed. He tried to be somebody, and when he became himself, he fell in love.
Better story, and it was funny. Better story.
Better prices.
Better storytelling.
Little Caesars.
Better story. Better prices.
Oh,
Kirsten
we didn't do
Dunst
the intro,
does have
man.
a pumpkin face. She does have a pumpkin face. I'm not like I'm making that up.
Come on, man. You're crazy.
You know, it's funny when I was talking about it on the podcast, and I said on Daddy Issues, and I said pumpkin face. They're all like Kirsten. Everybody said it. I was like, it's not like I made it up, man.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd say this, but I agree 10,000% with Chaz. What do you mean you never thought you'd say this, Moyo? You agree with me all the time.
Damn.
Why would anybody ever disagree with me?
See, y'all women got to stick together, man. Y'all got to stick together on what is great with cinema. I actually enjoyed the story, enjoyed the show. I didn't like the breaking the fourth wall. That's it.
Why do they make all women, even superwomen, want love? I don't know. It's enough. It's enough. They all it's planted somewhere. There was only one thing I watched. I'm trying to remember what it was, and she was not interested in a dude at all. It was just like, I think the dude was around, but it wasn't like, oh, we're gonna get together. Oh, I think it was, what was the when they did the Chinese movie with Sam Leo. What's the dude? You know, I'm talking about the Marvel movie.
Shang-Chi.
Excuse me. I think Shang-Chi was the only one where there was no like, will they, won't they? When he was like with Aquafina.
Literally. Oh, that was his sister.
Who? When she was fighting?
No, man, I was literally his sister.
And Aquafina was like the homie, but he
Yeah.
was never like,
Right.
oh, I can't wait to be with her. That's probably the only
Right.
place. But also, that's starring a guy.
It was also the villain too. The villain was trying to get back to his love.
Well, yeah. No, the villain.
Yeah,
that was his
that was-
dad, right?
Yeah, his dad was trying to get rehash his wife. Like she's
Oh.
she's listening to me. Because she was
What is
being
happening?
she was being
Didn't she die?
was being possessed. Yeah, he was like, Dad, she's gone. This is the demons talking to you. No, it's my wife.
That movie started off great and got weird.
Didn't that get weird, man?
Then when they
He
went
was
and they had the
possessed
whole
by the, thing.
Chinese dragons, and I was like, because I mean, it's just I don't know.
Marvel was setting up so much stuff. Cause remember in the end of that movie it said we've summoned something, right?
Like he had to go.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we're calling you. Something is summoned, and then also the thing in the ground from Eternals.
The hand.
Yeah, Doctor Strange set up the whole thing about hey, the incursions, two Earths hit each other. Spider-Man, they don't know his name.
Oh yeah.
So it's like every movie was setting up for something big. The Ant-Man, like
this is out of the control
Right.
now.
it was like y'all setting up every single Marvel TV show is setting up for something bigger, but none of this setting up something bigger or have connected to any of the movies or TV shows.
And now they're trying to do. I think Marvel's doing Wonder Man.
They need to stop, man.
Yes, they need to just take a break, bro.
No, I don't think they need to take a break. I just think they need to stop adding characters and just build off of what they have because I'm sad.
It's just too much right now. Because I go like, it's hard to replace some of these people. It's hard to replace Captain America because like you're not gonna just reboot it right now, right?
Right.
But in the comic books, Black Dude does have his own. He is
Yeah.
Captain America. He has his own series, right? Falcon, right? So I go like, well, you're staying on par, which is cool. They're just gonna trade it off, but I'm like,
Keep talking.
eventually, man, you gotta just stop.
Keep talking.
What do you, I don't know what Dion's doing. It's so much noise, and you hear the mic. Do. Keep talking like nothing's happening. Do. Dion's hilarious. No. The blinking. I wonder how long they recorded. Huh? If we ran out of tape, y'all.
No, it's 170.